and girls, we're back. So here's the trans mount all done. It's got mostly dried paint on it. I'm gonna put it back in. When I was welding in the mounts, well, these were old high mileage mounts, but got it too hot and it cooked that piece off. I don't know if you guys can see it good there. Probably need a light. But anyways, I welded that V-band on. Now I'm gonna finish my exhaust. I gotta try and, by myself, lift the exhaust up in there because Joe had a mountain bike race. Up at Snow Summit area yesterday, and then he hurt his neck a little bit, or back or something. Neck. So he didn't feel like staying that late, so he went home kind of early today. Anyways, been doing most of this stuff on my own anyway. There we go. Also, we're working on the shift linkage, where I am. This piece, you know, could slide out like that, but we're going to, this is actually pretty long. Normally they're not quite so long, you're cutting it down, but they have enough slip fit in there, and then that's that rod they send. It looks like it's about 1 foot. I never measured it, but I'm gonna guess it's a foot. Plus you have about 3 inches of these. You could slip it all the way in, or, you know, barely overlap it if you need. So I'm gonna go up top, make sure I like the shift position, and get it just where I want it, next to my, you know, so I want the hydro and then the shifter pretty near. So I'll get it where I like it, and then kind of tape the shifter where it'll stay up there, maybe with some blue like painter's tape or something. Then this, I'll come down here and see where I'm at, and I'll get it just right, and then tack it, and then I'll take it out and full weld it. I'm gonna make the exhaust, so it's basic stuff here. So I just welded that, and I'm gonna put the other exhaust, weld the other V-band on there, and then I'll do some pipe work connecting it. I kind of cleaned this up and hit it with paint real quick because it was ugly as heck. Still might not work, and I might throw that front sway bar away, but couldn't let it look that ugly. I got this thing in the mail today, little reservoir that looks kind of nice from Willwood. So the reason I got this one is because I was thinking the inside of the car is gonna be mostly stock dash. Won't have carpet in there. It'd be kind of cool if I did, but I'm not having carpet in there, and I'm not having some of the other interior, but I'm gonna try and trim up the panel that goes around the shifter and stuff back to fit in there. So then I was just gonna bolt this over somewhere like where the passenger's like left knee would be into the dash, because I think that'd be kind of funny, and then run a line straight over to the hydro. Instead of trying to tuck this like normal style reservoir way up underneath the dash, I'm gonna do it that way. That was my plan, so that's what's happening. Then there's the neutral safety switch crap that you have to rewire, and I was reading online all these different choices of how to rewire stuff. People were taking it way too far and complicated, so I got underneath here. And I've done this before on a Supra and on a GS Lexus when we manual swapped it. And I remembered a black and white wire was part of it. So I jumpered black and white to the other black and white. No good. It just sat there and cranked, wouldn't start. Then I jumpered it over to the brown wire, and it fired right up. Since it fired up, we're good to go. I obviously won't leave it as a jumper. I'll cut the wires and just join them together with a butt connector is my thought. Because then it's grounded out. It thinks it's in park, I guess, or maybe it thinks it's in neutral, one or the other. Probably it thinks it's in park. So I'm gonna put this trans mount in just to hold the motor level, so I can get done with my shift linkage, but I'll wire that up and I'll start the car for you guys a little later today. I need to put some power steering fluid in it though, because we lost a lot and I don't want to blow up that pump. I'll blow it up on the track for you guys, but not just here idling. One other thing I thought about, and this is kind of disappointing. Ooh, these lights are so good. Magnet on the back, and they flex around. Turn on the top, then turn on there, and then brighter there. Yeah, really nice. Okay, so get one of these lights, but then let's go back to what we're talking about. This has got to go, guys. I can already see it separating. So it's about to spit off. See, there's like this metal part, then rubber in between, then this metal part, and there's just a crack all the way around it. So that thing literally wants to leave and then destroy my radiator. That's another chunk of change we gotta spend on it. I need a fluid damper pulley, so I'm gonna get one, and that means I gotta pull the radiator out of the way. But while I'm doing that, I might as well drain the fluid out of the radiator. It's not gonna be today. I'll drain it, see how nasty it looked. We could always pull the radiator out, slap the new crank pulley on, put the radiator back in, put these really cool silicone hoses that HPS had given me for NA Supra. I'm sure they'll work on this. If not, I'll be sad, but I think they will work. Put those on, fill it back up with some Toyota coolant or whatever. Let me finish some of that linkage and stuff, and then I'll show you guys where we're at. Alright, so I've taped that all like that. So now it should be how I want when I get down there. And if I'm delicate enough when I slip that rod on and off, that might stay put. And then that would allow me to at least tack it in place, and I'll come check. Worst case scenario, if I don't like it after it's tacked, I can cut one of the tacks and slip fit it back and forth. Look who I found on the computer.
Staring at Supra.
She's thinking about how to, well, I think she likes this stuff here, it's nice.
Especially the vacuum.
But she's trying to figure out next year's livery. I know this year hasn't even started yet, but okay, let's see if it starts. Okay, so it runs. I'm pretty sure that's the only wire that has to be switched. If any of you guys are on the forum a lot, someone needs to do that write-up, because that was way easier than rewiring all the crap that everyone else was saying, and no one said to do that black and white wire to the brown wire. Literally one wire, guys, just connected into itself. That's really loud on an open header. We're not gonna allow it to be loud like that, because I need to be able to do like quiet.
I was not expecting that.
Quiet drifting. I scared you?
It just was a lot louder than what I thought it was going to be.
It's louder than like any turbo cars are, huh? That's what a 240,000 mile NA 2J sounds like. Alright, I'm gonna go again, guys, do some welding, but be right back. Alright guys, let's check this out. So I made the exhaust. I just MIG'd it, like I said, real quick. It's just 2.5 inch stainless. Came together good. I think there would be decent amount of room for 3.5 inch drive shaft, and it's still pretty tucked. We could pretty much dirt drop this at like 100 miles an hour and we'll be good. Nothing's low, it's all up there, so that's good. So on the wiring, I just zip tied it up out of the way like that. I cut and butt spliced it together and then covered everything with heat shrink, and there was a couple other ends that I had broke the connector when I pulled the other trans out because it was too heavy and it was gonna kill me, so I just let it roll out off of the jack and it ripped 2 connectors. But that was for automatic Toyota trans we're not using anymore. Kind of like terminated those ends and covered them with heat shrink so they're not gonna like arc out on anything. Let's check out the engine bay, let's check out everything, and then I'll start it for you guys and we'll do a walk around. I started already without you guys. It's like just the right amount of noise. It's like perfect. It's not too loud like if you're just kind of cruising it, but if you full on floor it, it makes some decent noise. Engine bay, simple. We've seen it before, I think. I showed you guys already. I just topped this off because I was low, and then I reset the steering column because it was 1 tooth off or whatever. But let's see. So in here, I still got plenty of work. I was trying to... Ready? So it's not very loud. It's still creepy. It's kind of funny. Just a little deeper than normal. So it does have the check engine light on now, because no secondary O2 sensors that are behind the cats or whatever you call those. Just have the primary ones. Oh, wheel speed sensors are all out, so tripped the ABS. We already predicted all this, so that's why I was like, can't do that till I pass smog. We're kind of right where we needed to be. Only thing is it's taking longer than we wanted. I was hoping to be driving it this week. Still don't have a drive shaft and transmission drain plug. Those should be here this week though. If not, it's not meant to be. Because the end of this week, I will be heading to the East Coast to do the second Gear Wrenches Rad garage visit. I think we'll rejoin again here tomorrow and I'll get some more stuff done and I'll show you how I do it and why I do it. This is gonna be so fun to drive, guys. I'm excited. Back on the SC300. We are on brake calipers. We got the WinMax W4 pads. That's what we're using for the handbrake. The other ones can be stock because we just need the handbrake to work easily. So I'm gonna go around to the other side, put these guys in there, and then after that, what I'm gonna work on is start building some brake lines. So today should be fun. Hey guys, you wanna see some really nice brake lines? This is on W4s, are on both sides. So I ran the hydro line. Let me see if I can do this right for you. Through where the stock e-brake cable would have gone. Drilled a hole, put a nutsert and a P-clamp out of harm's way because there's gonna be a 3.5 inch drive shaft in there soon. And I put 2 P-clamps. There's a second P-clamp here. Looks pretty clean right now. Not gonna lie, I'm excited about this. Then we go up this way and there's a T. See that T way up in there? I'm sure you can see it right here. So we got a T, -3T, so we got a straight, straight, and straight. And then we go out to each brake caliper from there, and I use banjo, like a metric banjo. These are all XRP crimp lines that I just built. And then I used where the stock wheel speed sensor like wire had gone. Well, most of it, I guess the wire would have gone even over here, but we just used that part and I zip tied it on. Kind of, it's out of harm's way there. And same thing over here. Cool thing, but look at that little white tab in there. I don't know why, but they had an extra, oh shit. It doesn't even hold the part it's supposed to stock, but it holds that brake line for us. It's pretty cool. You'll never see this stuff. It's just, I got excited because it looked like I routed it pretty clean under there. So what I was thinking is I should put like that headgear on for a GoPro and hold the GoPro on my head and then run back and forth and measure and build a couple lines with you guys there. We can put it on this video so you can see how I crimp the lines, because I still need to do a clutch line up to the master cylinder for the clutch slave or master and down to the slave. And then I need to do 2 front brake lines. And we got to do a reservoir line, but I'm missing a fitting, so I can't do that reservoir line. So what I'm gonna do right now, go get that GoPro set up and then we'll build maybe clutch first, the clutch line, and we'll do the front brake lines. We're off to a good start today. I only have like half the checklist left. It's going good, guys. All right, let's go do this.
Okay.
Turbo! What's up, buddy? Okay, guys, let's work on this. So what we're working on is that guy. And we need to get it down in a nice way down over to the clutch. What I want to do is show you guys how I build lines, just quick and easy. See if it helps you guys in any way. 7/16, 20, 24. So that'll help. A little turn down. This isn't gonna be good, guys. So what we're not gonna do is fight with it. I'm just gonna take that Allen out, put it in there, plug it, do it a different way. I'm not gonna go down that road. Alright guys, so last night finished all the brake lines. Car's up on the lift, still way up there with the car under it, so I can't show you, but trimmed a bunch of stuff on the interior. But I got pretty busy throughout the evening and then kept going too late, and then I forgot to close out. But anyways, I'll show you the interior in a second. I'm gonna work on getting Sparco parts installed today, like the hub, the steering wheel, and the seat bracket, the rails, stuff like that. And then maybe if everything worked out and Joe helped bleed the brakes, we could drive it later. Because look at what showed up. Driveshaft is here. I'm just trying to get these off. But so the Driveshaft came, and only other thing I don't have is a drain plug or fill plug. It's just the drain plug, but I ordered it and it says not till Friday, but Joe has the same transmission. He's like, we could steal it off my car, so maybe we'll do that. I don't know yet. Let's see how far we get with it today. Exciting news. I'll show you guys the inside in a second, and then I'll start working on the drive shaft. Just trying to do two things at once, because I'm excited. Might get to drive it. Let's check it out, guys. Got that adapter in there. This is just hand tight. I need to come back with a wrench. This is the slip yoke portion that makes this drive shaft slightly difficult to work with, but it's in. Barely on this end, getting going with hand tight on this, but it's all in. We got way overkill on the drive shaft. It's 1350 U-joints, way too strong for how much horsepower this car will actually make. That's cool, it's in. I need a drain plug, it's delaying me. I just looked at the drain plug on that Supra for V160, it's the same. And I have a V160 in the container that's for Renee's car. So I'm stealing that drain plug, we'll order a new one. Still gotta bleed the brakes, still gotta mount a reservoir and make one more line to feed from the reservoir and make a mount for the, yeah. I don't know, we can do it though. And then we can eyeball an alignment real like crappy like, just to go drive it and test it and see what happens. Today's turning into a more fun day than it already was. Cool. Alright guys, must continue. Things have escalated extremely quickly. I just worked on it since 2 o'clock and it's like 7:30 now, and Joe started helping. And so we got everything done, and now we're doing like an eyeball alignment real quick. Probably not the best alignment that we could do, but trying to get basically zero camber and tiny bit toe in. We're not even gonna like, Joe did one side, I did the other side. It's close enough.
We're just not gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we gotta toe this in because it had 7/8 of toe out, but this was just like threw it together. This side mostly, but a little bit of this side towing in, and then we're gonna have to go test this car. We have to, Renee.
You have to. It's worth it.
We gotta.
It's the deadline.
But we got a lot of stuff to show you guys, like where we put the reservoir, how we did that, the interior, the Sparco seat, Sparco steering wheel, a lot of cool stuff. So when the car's down low, we'll show you. But for now, I gotta finish this. All right, guys. The lift is mostly done. You can check off. Now we'll redo that alignment. I only have like installed under tray, mount, intake tube, whole intake tube like support brace, and then radiator out to swap crank pulley. But check out that interior. Sparco seat, Sparco wheel, and then we kind of buttoned everything up. So it looks almost like a car again. Oh.
It's not like there's the weight of a car on it or
Joe
anything.
almost smashed my foot with just the bar, but no weight of the car, and it scared me. So I was like, woo! move my foot really quick, but it's just more of a scare. Okay, so we're gonna see it move for the first time on its own. I'm really excited.
Slow down.
It's gonna move. Go right into tandem. I mean, it's probably gonna do one right now. Steering's heavy.
Really?
Yeah.
I can hear it winding. Not really sure what to expect. Dan always overbuilds his cars by so much that it'll be interesting. I don't know if he's ever had a car that's, yeah, his RX-7 was, how much horsepower?
About 220, 240.
Ah, and your FC was how much?
400.
400. So 400 horsepower drift car was the least he's ever got to do anything in, so this is pretty cool. I'm proud of him. So?
Hey, so the steering's really heavy.
What, is stock pump or what?
Yeah. And I almost think that the solenoid valve, there's like a solenoid on the bottom of all SC and Super racks, which is plugged in, but it doesn't feel like it's like open, it's like fighting. Cause like, it probably needs to be bled again maybe, but like it's not happy right now.
I mean, but look at this luxury.
Yeah. Everything works.
That is so cool. Good job, little guy. Still needs a name. Let us know if you guys have any ideas. We probably have to get to know it a little more. See what kind of trouble it's gonna give us.
Really hard to hear. Like, it needs more fluid. I'll be back.
Okay. Oh my god.
Weird, because I had it like over full, where it was like, and then I went back and forth checking, but it's like it needed to just be driven around.
It'll work itself out.
Yeah, it'll probably work. Okay, just work. Good.
Okay, they're changing the tire pressure right now, but figured I could talk a little bit about this new car. So I'm super excited to get in it, play with it, learn, and really just like get comfortable with even feeling a car drift. I'm like, I get a little bummed out sometimes because it would require a lot of extra time and effort and money for me to kind of really get the time that I would want with it, like actually getting to the track. So I'm super excited about this car. I know Dan's gonna like beat on it pretty often, but yeah, it's my little tidbit on it.
All right, kids, this thing does not disappoint. I had to pull this little panel out. I ended up needing to use this, but I'm gonna trim it more because it won't allow reverse. See, we tried and it started nicking the edge of my wood panel. I don't want to hurt it, so you know, don't want to hurt that wood panel. There's a couple things in the tabs broke behind here, so that's kind of sad. It's like crying a little bit. This needs trimming. Transmission likes to rattle. It's already pretty hot. Wow, it's hot. We kicked its butt pretty hard already. But guess what? Everything's working. Steering's not that bad actually. And then it's got a sunroof, and me and Renee are gonna go drive it. And it's street legal. And it's so slow you can barely drift second gear with it.
Okay, so what's at least one thing you learned about an SC300 that you didn't know?
If someone sells arms in the rear that say Supra on SC300, they don't work on an SC300. They're way too short. They just lie and say that they fit. Because they fit, but you won't be able to get your toe and your camber where you want. That's why I was like cutting and extending the arms. Another thing I learned is they're really heavy. We already knew that though.
What do you already want to change? Some bushings?
I thought I had solid subframe bushings, but I just didn't have it, and those are like 500 bucks or whatever. Sorry guys, no sponsorship on that, so I'll get it later. But when you do like a bunch of clutch kicking, because you're doing that the whole time basically, you just feel the whole subframe just kind of like gaga, gaga, like every time, which it ends up like delaying the delivery of power, and then it also delays the way the car reacts, because it's like a rubber band like stretching, and then it's like hits its stopping point and then it goes or whatever. So I would prefer if it didn't do that, but it is what it is. Handbrake placement, shifter placements, pretty much perfect. Got the seat in the right spot. The clutch is a little weird because I'm not used to a single disc clutch, so it's not that it like doesn't work good. It works amazing, and we didn't break it in. We just instantly started drifting with it, clutch kicking, but it's like just softer than, I don't know, something about it's a little different than like what I'm used to with the Pro car and Baby Blue, which has the same clutch and a dog box, so I'll get used to it.
Feed the wheel differently?
Steering is heavier with the stock JZ pump, and then you're going so slow, you just have to go gracefully slow with it. But Joe was driving it, and I let him like kind of figure it out. I was like, pretend you're walking, you're not running, walking, and then he got it. It's cool to see him get it. I don't want to strip out the interior, so that means we need more horsepower, so I'm gonna have to figure a way to like add a little baby turbo eventually. But for now, it would drift. I just need to, I have 40 PSI, but I probably need to go to like 55 or 60 PSI. I want to go show Dylan this car, but Renee needs to drive it around, so I think we're gonna go play with it a little bit. Ooh, those detents are coming loose. I'm gonna snug those up. That's the SC300. Escalated quickly, but I just wanted to drive it really bad. Do you guys think I'm done building on this car? No. Sorry guys, talking to sponsors. We need a turbo. We need a manifold. We need things like that. Intercooler. Oh, I wonder if Treadstone makes intercoolers. They do. All right, well, I'm excited. Our list is small too. I have like 3 things. It doesn't get hot because it doesn't make a lot of horsepower. We had to raise the front 3/4 of an inch on the coilover, which raised it about 1.5 inches out here. Thanks for being here with me, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys had as much fun as I did. Ask me all the questions. Oh, a cat was on the car. Ask me what you want to know, and we'll see you soon. Later, guys.